This is one of the 20-odd Tibetan language classes offered at the Dungkur Language School in downtown Lhasa. Sitting in the front of the class, student Li Ajia from Hong Kong is listening attentively.
When I came across some Tibetan books back in Hong Kong, I was attracted to the Tibetan characters. To me, the words looked just as beautiful as traditional Chinese calligraphy. That's why I came here to learn Tibetan.
Li is not the only one who has fallen in love with Tibetan culture and subsequently traveled to Lhasa. An ardent follower of Buddhism, Wu Gunzeng from central China's Henan province has been studying Tibetan in Lhasa for a decade.
I first came to know about Buddhism in the 1990s. When I was here, I found it better to learn some Tibetan language in order to understand more about Tibetan Buddhism. I come to the school every day.
Tenzin Dondrup, founder and principal of the school, never expected it to become popular when he taught his first class out of his home in 1994. There were just 15 students present at that time.
Back then, not many people had access to education like we have today, especially for those in their 20s who received no education as children. So I decided to run a school to help them start over again.
In 1997, Tenzin Dondrup moved out of his home and established the language school in a rented house near the remote monastery in downtown Lhasa. That year, the school received more than 50 students who enrolled in Tibetan, Chinese, and English classes. Tenzin Dondrup named the school Dungkur, which means white conch in Tibetan.
We are a language school, and the white conch is like a trumpet. So both are associated with sound. As Buddhism advocates, we believe people who should live with pure hearts, as pure as the white conch. That's why I named the school in this way.
Tenzin Dondrup has encountered several obstacles in the course of running his school. Although the school gets more students every year, the cost of setting up new teaching facilities, as well as the school's low tuition fees, have resulted in financial difficulties. Tenzin Dondrup believes that everyone should have access to education, even those who cannot afford it.
If someone really wants to learn but cannot afford the tuition fees, then I believe it is my responsibility to run the school in a way that makes it affordable for every eager learner.
To finance the school, Tenzin Dondrup turned to the local tourism industry. He works as a tour guide in his spare time and even runs a hotel. He was able to balance the school's books in 2007 through these efforts. The school now has more than 1,200 students and about 30 teachers. The students range from college grads who have recently arrived to work in Tibet to those who have traveled from as far away as northeast China out of their love for Tibetan language.
I am engaged in culture-related work. Through my studies here, I hope I can become able to communicate with the Tibetans in their language, read the Tibetan documents, and eventually write in Tibetan. I know the last one can take a long time, so I'm currently working on speaking and reading.
Over the past 18 years, more than 20,000 students from Tibet, Hong Kong, and the neighboring provinces of Sichuan and Yunnan have graduated from the school, with most finding employment in the tourism or food and beverage industries.
At the beginning, I just wanted to open a school for Tibetans. But now we have students from 6 different ethnic groups. In addition to Tibetans, we also have people from the Han, Hui, Qiang, Mongolian, and Mongba ethnic groups. Those who learned English and the Chinese are mostly working as tour guides. When I run into them while they are showing tourists around, and they greet me, I feel rewarded. I knew I've done the right thing.
Looking back on his efforts, Tenzin Dondrup is proud of what he's achieved, but is not yet satisfied. He hopes to eventually found Tibet's first private university so as to better promote Tibetan language and culture.